Will, do you need one of your knives, especially one that big?
Yes. But I promise it will not come out of its sheath.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, night, or whatever other part of day you happen to identify yourself as being a part of. This is Ross with the Spas and the FAMAS. I like to wear Fleckturn with another round of Airsoft for Drago 3101. In this video, we have our traditional first game mode of Host Hunt at the Ridge with a bit of a twist. In Host Hunt, Matt, our host, must go out into the field somewhere and hunt down and kill all other players as they search the field to find him. There is no time limit or respawn, so if you're shot, you're dead. However, for this day, we decided to shake things up a little bit, and we allowed Matt to choose one other player to join him as the hunted. As it happened, he ended up picking me and requested that I use my sniper rifle as a main. This meant that it was the two of us against 7 hunters, so still pretty steep odds. For this episode, we will have 2 cameras to allow multiple perspectives, one on Matt and the other on Danny. Matt's loadout consisted of a SCAR assault rifle as a main with no secondary, while I was using an advanced sniper rifle SR2 as a main and a KJW M9 as my secondary. Danny was using an M4 as a main and had a Glock as well as a 1911 as both of his secondaries. This game ended up being pretty exciting as opposed to our normal host hunts, but I will refrain from spoiling the outcome. Without anything else, let's get into the game, shall we?
So what I'm thinking is we could split up, or you could be cover for me if you want, and we could pick a nest.
Yeah, I'm thinking a nest might work, because...
What you did last time was you came around the back of the barn, correct?
Yeah, I started over there and then circled around the back of the
I
barn.
feel like we shouldn't do the same strategy,
Yeah,
because we'll see that coming.
right.
So I'm going to point randomly in this direction,
Okay.
see if anybody notices me,
Uh-huh.
and uses that, but we'll fake them off.
Okay.
Otherwise, I guess we could go around that side with the lagoon.
Yeah.
Stay away from the Hornets, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you can tell, I kinda lied when I said that we'd be starting the game, but I want to point something out very quickly. As you can tell, we talk about strategy quite a lot at the beginning here, and it ends up helping us later down the road, and we play in this game pretty well as a team together. Now, unfortunately for the hunters, here's what they thought as we were going into this.
How overcomplicated do you guys hypothesize their plan is going to be?
Not at all.
Go long enough.
As soon as you say we're good to go, Ross is just gonna hose us down from some unknown vantage.
Yeah, Matt's not one for strategy, other than the basic.
Now, no offense to anybody in the team, of course, but when you're going into a game, you should never underestimate your opponents, as the hunting team clearly did. To prevent us from having to watch far too much raw footage for the average American's attention span, let's go through a montage of what Matt and I were talking about. Keep in mind, all of this ended up equaling about 15 minutes in real time.
And we can make a sniper corridor. And as they come up this hill, I can take them out. It's going to be really hard to flank us.
Yeah.
And then... Oh, fuck. Hold on. This got moved. Let's see what
yeah.
we're dealing with.
Yeah, he mowed the,
Oh, this changes things. I like this.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Alright, what if we were really crazy?
Okay.
You hang out here. When they come in this direction, take them out.
Okay.
If you get spotted, take off down the trail. I'll set up down there. And I'll have a sniper set up on the trail in the back.
Okay.
And then you can cover me.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's circle around a little bit, get like a general idea of the land here so we can have an advantage on them. It'll be the first time they've seen it.
So
You got
I
any
was thinking from right here, this is some really, really thick cover right behind this tree.
Just make like a nest here.
Yeah, I was thinking you could like get like right in behind the tree. We could do what we were talking about, make a lane over here.
My idea
Like-
though is like hold up here for you.
Yeah.
And then when you get inevitably swarmed, like take out as many as you can, take off in my direction, just sprint
Yeah,
as
yeah.
fast as you can. Get over
Yeah.
to me, cover me, I'll see if I can clean up the mess. But you don't have a good exit here.
Oh,
You
if
had
I
a
just
road
go right
right
around
there.
through there. Yeah.
That'd be perfect. This is a little close. You'll have to run
Yeah.
over this exposed
I
ground.
could. Ooh, ow.
And if they light up this corridor, you're done.
Right. I could stay on the back side. I could stay here.
If I could get there, maybe
Yeah.
have a good lane here. You can hang out there. It's
Or-
not perfect.
You could hang out there under that tree.
Let's trade weapons now.
You can hang out under that tree and look this way.
Well, I mean, I have a view of all.
Plus that, yeah, you'd be able to see down here. I could hang out right here in this covering patch, and when they come out this way, I'll see them open fire, and then they'll be right there in your lane.
Okay, how about this?
Okay.
Hang out here.
Okay.
This is going to be a lot of moving. I don't know how much you're going to like this.
Okay.
But if you hang out here, stay as hidden as you can. When they come up here, take out as many as you can. Just spray, go for it. Run backwards, go around and in. When they fan out, if they come this way, I've got them. If they go that way, you've got them. Worst case scenario, you can come to the back. And if we start our engagement here, if we get pushed back all the way to there, we're basically fucked anyway. So,
Right. Okay.
How about that?
Sure.
Alright, so as you guys could tell, we had a pretty detailed strategy going into the game, and fortunately for us, the hunters did not expect us to have too much as they entered play. So now, let's pick up with Danny and see what happens.
We're allowed to go kill them now, yay! Alright everybody, we just got orders from command. 2 enemy targets in the AO. Flush them out, take them out. Beer's on me at the end of the day. If you die, I'll kill you.
Alright, so for a lot of the game, Danny ended up kind of wandering around in the forests and through the fields, and most of his footage is kind of lost in the woods. None of this is really his fault, of course, and in the beginning he had a pretty good strategy. He went right where Matt went last time when he set up a sniper nest by himself, and if you didn't notice, I mentioned that as something we should not do because they would probably see it coming. And circles around, goes by the lagoon, through the woods, comes back into the field of play. We'll check back in on him every now and again, but for now, let's go to Matt's cam at the next major event. Okay, so a little while into the game, the hunting parties really converged at the head of the northern and middle trail that lead to the L field. When they did this, our plan ended up working pretty well because a lot went into the newly mowed area and started wandering around in there, trying to get a lay of the land, and that's where Matt was able to take a lot of them out.
Got Joey. Thank you. Now we've only got, what, 5 to go?
I believe it's 6. There are 9 of us. 2 are on our team. You took out 1.
Roger that.
Alright, so if you notice, right after Matt got that kill, he immediately changed position without any hesitation, and this is exactly what he should have done. Just as a tip, I recommend that after every single kill you get, or even after every single shot you take, if you can change position, do it. And if you can change the way that you're in your cover, do that as well. If you keep using the same area to shoot out of behind cover, you're going to get pinned and you're going to have people who start aiming for that gap. Always moving, always changing, that's going to confuse people. In addition, if people start getting shot from different parts of cover, a lot of times you'll get a confusion where people think there's more than one enemy who is in that cover. So you can really get in people's heads and give yourself a serious advantage. There are, of course, exceptions to this rule, such as if you are a sniper, you don't really want to move around too much because you're going to have a lot of advantage on people's range. So if they find where you are, a lot of times they're not even going to be able to hit you anyway. Now, does that mean you should stay in the exact same location for a 20-minute firefight, never moving position? Well, maybe not that. But it's not incredibly useful for a sniper to move after every single shot that he takes, especially if you're missing a lot, which can happen if you get at the end of a sniper's range. Anyway, let's check our camera on the other team's side.
Do we have contact at the L field?
Copy.
Great. Comms breakdown already. Guess I better head over there.
Right, so after that, Danny decided to try and go flanking around the back of the L field to figure out where I was, and it didn't work out incredibly well. Also, this happened while he was gone.
Alright, I got Damien.
Okay, so while all of that was happening, Danny was, well, still wandering around. So let's check out a montage of Danny angrily marching around the forest.
I think I definitely made up for the weight lost in the saw. For all the crap I'm wearing. What the hell? It's always something. When Stanley entered a room with 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Now right here, Danny actually scared me pretty bad because he came up to the field right across from me and I could hear him moving around in the woods. This made me ineffective for a little while because I had to lay down. I thought I was having my position flanked by someone and I was waiting to see them. But in reality, he actually had no idea I was there and just left.
Alright. So he's in this field right here, this little trail.
Oh yeah, and by the way, this happened earlier.
I can see it now. One of those games where you spend half the time flanking for all this shit and die as soon as you get there. I'll be mad if that happens. And if that does happen, I'm sure Ross will put this in.
Yep, sure will, totally, 100%. Right, well, that was unfortunate. And with that, Damien, Joseph, and Danny are now dead. That only leaves Chris, Eli, Will, and Casey on the hunting team. So let's pick up a couple minutes later with the mat cam.
Are you covering the small path or down that way towards the north?
Though I didn't know it at the time, that was actually the end of Chris that you saw right there. And so that only left Will, Eli, and Casey. And also, while it was not caught on camera, I was able to take out Eli and Will respectively with my sniper rifle, leaving only Casey. When she realized she was in the sniper alley, she dove into the brush. So like any sane individual would do, I decided to rush her.
Hunting team, come in. Everyone call in, dead or alive.
Down, over.
I'm down. Anyone else down?
Eli down, Will down.
Down. Will's down.
Joey, Damien, you guys up?
I got Joey and Damien already.
Then that should be it.
Ross! Woo! Ross! Woo! Yeah!
That'll be game then. Everybody return back to the barn and get ready to hear the shit talking from Ross and Brewer.
I cannot believe we did it! Woo!
What's up?
Woo!
Casey and covering this left with that is going to be some beautiful. Oh yeah, I was in there. And as soon as I saw her, I was like, all right, here you are.
Were you sitting in here?
I was all over the place.
Yeah, he was
man.
moving back
I was
and forth
here,
between this.
there, over there, over there.
I was up there by that.
I was
hanging
grease
down
lightning
branch.
through this place.
And there you have it, one more round of airsoft in the bag. Hopefully this round of Host Hunt turned out to be more entertaining than they usually are, and I'll say that this turned out to be a really good day, so we should have some nice videos coming down the pipeline soon. If you're interested in the videos or are one of our friends, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Again, this has been Ross with Drago3101, and we'll see you in our next video.